This is Max Scherzer Pro Boxing Fans. I'm glad we joined once again. It's been quite a while, Billy, but how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm busy in the gym, just having everything's just ticking along quite well.
It looks like we're getting to summer now, doesn't it? It must be a bit nicer in the gym when the weather's good.
Beautiful out there. Beautiful. I'm away out in the country, so it's even nicer. It's absolutely stunning. The views are beautiful.
Definitely. I am going to get on to some of your fighters, but we can't not talk about Oleksandr Usyk. I mean, first of all, the talking point, and sometimes this is the sad side of boxing, but the talking point is the stoppage. I mean, I've heard people say words like rigged. I've heard people say the round was done. Just to you, overall thoughts on that
Hmm.
stoppage?
Well, first and foremost, let me say what a performance that Rico put in.
Hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, he's done something. Let's be perfectly honest. He done something that Daniel, Tyson, and AJ couldn't do twice. Or even remotely close to what he produced. And let me tell you something, right? This is it's all down to Peter Fury. Peter Fury is a master heavyweight boxing trainer.
Mm.
Fantastic guy. What a trainer. He absolutely he specializes in heavyweights. He's got Tyson's best performance in his whole career was Klitschko, and Peter was in his corner. His son has fought some of the best fighters uh, of his era when he was younger. He's a cracking fighter as well, and I'd love to see Huey Fury getting some opportunities. But congratulations to Peter Fury and Rico because it was an absolutely fantastic performance. With regards to the stoppage was correct. I think
Mm.
uh, the guy was out. The guy was out on his feet. I do believe. Well, is it no better having the fight stopped than if he went into the 12th round and he get viciously knocked out? Anything could have happened. Could have been hospitalised. Anything could have happened.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's a big talking point after obviously the Wardy Dubois one. I'm not sure what your thoughts on that stoppage was, but for a lot of people that went way too long. So it probably is good to see, like say, get it done and don't risk the fighter's health at the end of the day.
Well, you had a doctor there. You had a doctor in the Wardley Daniel Dubois fight.
Mm.
Uh, a doctor should have stopped that fight before the referee, or even maybe the corner could have maybe have stepped in a wee bit earlier. But certainly you've got a doctor there who's handsomely paid to make a decision,
Mm.
and I think the decision was incorrect in that instance.
Billy, you spoke about Peter Fury, and I mean, like I say, we can't move on without talking about the performance from Rico and that whole team. Like I say, you talk about that night with Klitschko and Tyson Fury, and now last night with Rico Verhoeven. Technically, like I said, you're a coach. What did Rico Verhoeven do that caused Usyk problems? Obviously, we see what happened in the ring, but what did he have different to Fury to AJ? Why did he have so much success?
Well, it was quite clear to me what he was doing. He was multiple feinting,
Mm.
which feinting for the shoulder, feinting for the hands, moving in, feinting with the feet. It was a wee bit of reverse psychology, really, with Usyk, because that's what he specialises in. He's
Yeah.
brilliant. He's the best at it. And listen, I know he's boxed hundreds of fights in other disciplines, but he's only had one professional fight. What a performance!
Mm.
I mean, there's only one guy who's going to take credit out of that fight, and that's him.
Definitely. I mean, a lot of people are going to speak about Alexander Usyk, and a lot of people were surprised by last night. But when you see that, do you think there's a decline in Usyk? I know a lot of people jump to this very
No,
quick. What do
no.
you make
Do you
of
know
that?
what it is? Do you know what it is? And what people don't understand is, I think he would have found it hard to get himself up for the guy.
Mhm. Mm.
Honestly, because he looked heavy as well, didn't he? He looked a wee bit heavy,
Massive, yeah.
a wee bit fleshier than what he normally is. It happened with Tyson Fury when he fought in Ghana, and we were in his training camp, and he didn't look up for it for me. And I mean, he did beat in Ghana, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't his best performance,
Mm.
and he got a bit of a hard time for it, and probably quite rightly so because he wasn't as professional as what he should have been in camp.
I've done a few interviews this morning, and something that everybody said is if Oleksandr Usyk was to walk away now, you can't discredit that. Nothing wrong with that. The second he won that fight, he was giving credit to Rico Verhoeven and he was speaking about his family. And then you have Ajit Kabayel face off of him. Turkey spoke about a rematch with Rico Verhoeven. Do you feel like retirement could be a good option for Usyk? Because it feels like they're going to keep on going until eventually he does lose. And a lot of people obviously don't want to see that.
Well, what I would say is, in my opinion, and it's only my humble opinion, I think Usyk's all wrong for Ajit Kabayel. I think it'll be a hard fight, a hard fight for Ajit Kabayel. He's hardly been active. He's been quite very inactive actually the last maybe 18 months.
Hmm.
I think Usyk would stop Ajit Kabayel.
For Rico, again, this is all very much what ifs, but with a performance like that, he has gone toe to toe with, in a lot of people's eyes, the best on the planet. Where does he step? What do you do with Rico Verhoeven if he doesn't get that rematch? Let's say, where do you go with him?
Well, that's entirely up to his team. You know what I mean? He's put himself on a pedestal now. He could
Hmm.
fight anybody. I mean, if he can box like that against Usyk, he could fight any of the top 10, anybody.
How much of a chance
But
would you give him? Sorry,
sorry,
Karen. If they made Rico Verhoeven versus Anthony Joshua tomorrow, let's say, how much of a chance would you actually give him?
based on last night, a very good chance. A very good chance.
Hmm.
Would you not?
Yeah, I would definitely. There's just a question of is agent too big? I'm asking you.
Come on, it was a great
Yeah.
performance for a one. And I know we say a one fight professional, but he's had multiple
Mm,
fights. I mean, he's over 300 amateur
yeah,
other discipline fights. So boxing's been involved in his career for years and years. So he knows how to box. But to that level, that was fantastic. And by the way, I can't emphasize enough the amount of credit Peter Fury should get for that.
just the last one on the Oleksandr Usyk fight. Obviously, we know Moses Tama wants that fight. A lot of people think it's too soon for Moses, whereas also a lot of people think Moses could win that fight. After that performance, if we take it as it is, do you give Moses Tama? How much of a chance do you give Moses against Usyk now?
I would give Moses a chance against anybody on the planet
Hmm,
at heavyweight. I
hmm,
think he's exceptionally good. The only thing about uh, Moses so far is he's not had his chin checked yet, has he?
no.
And that will happen.
Hmm. The other heavyweight fight, Frank Sanchez stops Richard Torres Jr. A lot of people wrote off Frank Sanchez before. I heard on the broadcaster talking about when Richard Torres Jr. wins this fight, where do we go next? That didn't happen. And I think Frank Sanchez proved how much of a danger man he really is in the heavyweight division, didn't he?
He certainly did. I thought Torres came out done multiple fainting, anything behind it, fainting, nothing behind it, fainting, nothing behind it,
Mm,
and he said in his interview, Frank Sanchez, he says he's coached pinpointed. He slipped down to his left
mm,
when he threw his jab, and he done that when he got caught with a right uppercut. So it was a planned shot,
mm.
and it could have been delivered better because when you seen the punch from behind Sanchez, he's kind of brought it round a bit instead of straight up.
Mm.
So it could have been a lot, and what an effect had that on Torres, didn't it?
Definitely. Just last couple before I let you go. I mean, Martin Bakole, we saw the social media post a few weeks ago. For him, is there any update on when he will be next out and what route could that be? Have you got any names in mind?
Not just yet, but there should be news shortly.
Will that be with Boxer?
No,
No. Where is there any? Is he with a promotion or will it be on a Ring magazine card or can you not really say?
you'll find out. You'll find out soon enough.
Would you be interested in that fight with Frank Sanchez? Bakole versus Sanchez?
100%.
Yeah.
100% has been aye, 100% would take that fight.
And just last
And
one.
would fight Rico as well, no problem.
Yeah. And just
Why
last one.
why would they not? Say if you go and fight Joseph Parker on 36 hours notice unfit, you'll
Yeah.
fight anybody, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. Just last one before I let you go that I spoke to you a few months ago. So this wasn't announced. Fury AJ is supposedly signed and ready to go in November. I think it's been thrown around. I mean, just a lot of the narrative is it's who's got the most left. Where do you lean on Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua? You said you've been in Fury's camps. I mean, just which way do you lean?
Both are exceptionally good boxers. Both have been a credit to boxing.
Mm.
Uh, I just feel Tyson's got a bit more left.
Billy,
No
thank
left.
you.
No, I'm not saying it to either of them are done. I just
Yeah.
think Tyson has a wee bit more about him.